Dear friends, welcome to Learning About. In this video, I'm going to share the information regarding the latest recruitment notification from Indian Navy. Now, this is the recruitment for various entries at the officer level, and this is for a short service commission. And unmarried eligible men and women are invited to apply for this. And there are two courses. One is the extended naval orientation course, and the other one is the naval orientation course regular. So even at the entry level, this is equivalent to the Group A gazetted officers, and the salary starting salary is 56,100 per month. And of course, this comes with like lot of other like benefits like the leave and like travel concessions. Of course, there is like a vacation, and there are a lot of like recreational facilities. Okay, there are even options to explore the world. Okay, and then you the officers get the accommodation, clothing, okay, ration. There are naval housing schemes and all that. Okay, insurance. So a lot of like and like taking care of the children's education and all that. So there are a lot of like benefits apart from the salary. And of course, in our country, it is a very prestigious like profession as well, right? And the total number of vacancies is 181. So I'll just show it one by one. So in the executive branch, the general service as well as the hydrocadre, there are 45 posts, and air traffic controller 4, observer 8, and for pilot 15, and logistic 18. And so you can also look at the gender simultaneously. You can also look at the gender, and for the educational branch 18 vacancies, and for the engineering general service 27 vacancies, electrical branch 34 vacancies, and the naval architect like 12 vacancies. So this is the vacancy post wise. And important dates, the application date has already started, and the last day to apply is 5th of October 2021. That's the last day to apply. And the SSP dates have not been mentioned, so it will be mentioned later. And the type of commission, as I said, it's a short service commission. So as far as short service commission is concerned, so the initial tenure will be for a period of 10 years, and then extension of 4 years, okay, like maybe granted subject to service requirements, availability of vacancies, willingness, suitability and merit. And of course, if there is a possibility, even a permanent commission is also possible. Again, that also depends on the requirement, okay. It also depends on the willingness of the officers, as well as like the requirement, suitability and all that, becoming the permanent commission. Now, as far as the age is concerned, for the air traffic controller and the general service as well as hydrocadre, it is July 2nd to 1997 I'm sorry, for general service, it is July 2nd, 1997 to January 1st, 2003. For air traffic controller, it is July 2nd, 1997 to 1st of July 2001. And for observer and pilot, it is July 2nd, 1998 to 2003. And for logistics, it is July 2nd, 1997 to January 1st, 2003. So this is the age criteria. And for the educational branch, it is July 2nd, 1997 to July 1st of July 2001. And as far as the technical branch is concerned, for all the three posts, it is July 2nd, 1997 to January 1st, 2003. So this is the age. Now coming to educational qualification. So for the executive branch, for the general service, they've just given BE BTech in any discipline with minimum of 60% marks. For air traffic controller, BE BTech in any discipline from AICTE recognized institute university with minimum 60% marks, and the candidates must have 60% aggregate marks in 10th and 12th, minimum 60 marks in English in 10th or class 12. Okay, so this is applicable for like air traffic controller, observer and pilot. Okay, so for all this three, this is the educational qualification, right? As far as logistics is concerned, so BE BTech in any discipline with first class, or MBA with first class, or BSc BCom BSc IT with first class, along with a PG diploma in finance, logistics, supply chain management, material management, or MCA MSc IT with first class. So this is regarding the logistics. And for the educational branch, so first class in MSc, Maths or Operations Research with physics in BSc, first class in Maths in physics or applied physics with Maths in BSc, or 55% in MA with minimum 55% in MA history, or BE BTech with minimum 60% in electronics and communication, electrical and electronics, electronics and instrumentation, electronics and telecommunication, or electrical, or BE BTech with minimum 60% in mechanical engineering, or computer science, or information technology, or information systems, right? So candidate must have 60% aggregate marks in 10th and 12th, and minimum 60% marks in English in class 10 or class 12. So this is the condition given. And for the technical branch, for the engineering branch, okay, general services, BE BTech with minimum 60%, and it can be in aeronautical or aerospace, automobile control engineering, industrial engineering and management, instrumentation and control, mechanical or mechanical with automation, marine, mechatronics, metallurgy, production. And coming to electrical branch, it can be like BE BTech with minimum 60% in electrical, electronics, electronics and communication, or applied electronics and communication, electronics and telecommunication, or telecommunication, instrumentation, E&I, applied E&I, instrumentation and control, power engineering, and power electronics. And for naval architecture, BE BTech with minimum 60% in aeronautical, aerospace, civil, or like mechanical with automation, marine engineering, metallurgy, naval architecture, ocean engineering, ship technology, shipbuilding, and ship design. So these are the branches that are eligible as far as the education is concerned. They have also given that only one application can be filled by a candidate, and candidates must indicate their preference for other branches cadres also if they wish to be considered for other branches. Okay, so they can indicate. But if you don't indicate, later date, even if there is an eligibility in some other branch, if you have not indicated in the application form now, you will not be eligible. So that is also like clearly mentioned, and here it is understood also. And regarding NCC C certificate, see, even if you hold a C certificate, minimum of 60% wherever it is asked in the educational criteria, that is required. Okay. Apart from that, now NCC C certificate holders will be given a relaxation of 5% in the cutoff marks towards shortlisting for SSB, subject to meeting the following criteria. So what are the criteria? Okay, the NCC certificate from Naval or Army or Air Wing with minimum B grade, and not served less than 2 academic years in the senior division Naval, Army, Air Wing of the NCC. C certificate should not be dated prior to 1st of June 2019. So these are the conditions given, and so as I said, minimum 60%, that is very important. Now coming to the selection procedure, very important. So the shortlisting of application will be based on the preference of entries and the normalized marks obtained by the candidates in the qualifying degree. Okay, so there is no written test. I repeat, there is no written test. It is direct service selection board. Now for that direct services selection board interview, the criteria is your marks. Okay, and that will be normalized. And for BE BTech, for candidates who completed or in the final year of BE BTech, mark obtained up to 5th semester will be considered for SSB short listing. Okay, so up to 5th semester will be considered for BE BTech. And as far as the non-engineering programs, okay, so that is like MCA, MBA, MA, MSc, BSc, BCom, marks obtained in all semesters will be considered. For candidates who are in the final year, okay, short listing will be based on the pre-final year performance. Okay, so this is for the selection for the services selection board interview. And as you know, the services selection board interview is in 2 stages. On the first day morning, okay, so you have the officer intelligence rating test and the picture perception and description test, and then there will be a group discussion following that. It is all part of that, stage 1. Okay, so now only those candidates who clear that stage 1 will continue to be there for the next 4.5 days or 5 days, whatever. Okay, so the first day afternoon itself, the candidates will come to know the status. Only those candidates who clear that will go on to be in the services selection board interview for the next 4.5 days or 5 days. So stage 2 will be so psychological test. Okay, that will be on day 1 afternoon, and then there will be group tasks, group test interview. Okay, and documentation checking. Okay, all that will happen over the next 5 days. Okay. Now after that, people like who are the recommended candidates on the SSB will undergo a medical examination as applicable to their entry. Now candidates of pilot entry are required to undergo computerized pilot selection system followed by aviation medical examination, and candidates for observer entry are to undergo aviation medical examination, right? And so the final merit list would be prepared separately for the extended NOC and regular NOC based on SSB marks. So please remember that final merit list is based on only the SSB marks. The candidates declared fit in medical examination would be appointed as per the availability of vacancies in the respective courses. And this is just for the information. Once the candidates get selected, the joining will be in June 2022. Okay. So the candidates who except Merchant Navy will be inducted into the rank of sub-lieutenant, and Merchant Navy candidates having the GOI, Ministry of Shipping and Transport Certificate of Competency, either as the second mate or master, will be inducted as acting lieutenant, and officers of extended NOC will undergo 44 weeks of training at Naval Academy, and officers of regular NOC will undergo 22 weeks of naval orientation course. So this is regarding the training, and the proportion is for 2 years. Okay. And how to apply? The link to apply is given in the description below. After watching the video, you can click on that, and so there is no application fee or anything. So you just have to give in your valid email address and valid mobile number, and all the relevant documents up to 5th semester or whatever you have to upload, and then the proof of date of birth, CGPA conversion formula, right? And NCCC certificate. Now when I say CGPA conversion formula, though I mentioned BE BTech here, it is applicable for all. Okay, so CGPA conversion formula, like wherever in whichever university where CGPA conversion is used, you have to have upload the CGPA conversion formula. And of course, if you have the NCCC certificate, you have to upload that as well, your passport size color photograph and all that. And this, so as far as usually there are 4 for the naval, usually there are 4 SSB centers, just for the information purpose. Yeah, so I hope the information available in this video is useful to you. If you like the information that I've shared, please click on the like button and share it with your friends. And if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. And thanks for watching the video. Have a great day.